Yeah, welcome. We're here with Julio Lopez from IT for Education. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Thank you. We're an IT managed service provider that focuses primarily on K-12 private schools in the Magic City, in the 305, Miami. We currently have 14 full-time employees, and we service, we're located in Miami, but we service South Florida, Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. And we just finished our best year. So,
tell me a little bit about what do the numbers look like for the best year?
So man, when we started with Robin in 2020, we finished the year at 517,000. That was June 2020 is when we started our rapid implementation, and we finished that year at 517. The next year we doubled. We got to a little bit over 1 million. And then this year has just been insane. We finished at about 2.4 million. And you know, looking back, again, I know that we're doing an interview for TMT, but it's just the truth of the facts. I've been in business for 20 years. Started in 2002, a long time as a lifestyle business. And the fact is that before Robin, we were basically just referrals. And it was always, right?
Yeah.
The roller coaster. And when we started, it was a scary journey in the sense that for like the first 9 months, we didn't see anything, right? But we had committed. I think that I had felt enough pain up to that point that I said, you know what, this has got to work. And we stayed with it. And so we started June of 2020, and it was at the end of the first quarter of 2021 when we started to see results. And from then, I mean, our company changed.
Yeah. So that's a strong example. What do you say to the people out there who are watching this and like, I just can't find the time, I'm struggling with implementation? What are some things that you did that really helped with those things? How did you find the time? How did you make the time? How were you able to implement some of these things?
This is always a great question for me, man, because I am your garden variety IT MSP owner that for a lot of years, I tried to do it myself. So when I say that, I mean, I would, you know, like going back to when I first purchased Robin's marketing toolkit. I purchased it when it was still in a CD DVD case, black CD DVD case with the white embroidery, and went through what we always go through, right? It goes on the shelf. We don't do crap about it. Every time we get desperate enough, we may take it off the shelf and try, right? But we don't do crap.
Right.
And then I think that the main thing for me that changed was when I did it this time, I said, I know I need help. And I know I can't be the guy responsible for it.
Yeah.
So the commitment I made was I had somebody in our staff who I felt was capable, and that became their job. Not a job in their job description. It became the job.
Yeah.
And that was a game changer. And then I did what I was talking about as far as asking for help and guidance. I didn't know crap about marketing. So I turned this person over to, and that person is Frank Garcia, who's presenting, as I said, a Golden Cone today, and I turned them over to TMT for the guidance, for the training into the community. And what's happened with him in the last 2.5 years has been pretty amazing.
Yeah. So tell us a little, if you're giving some advice to somebody out there who's just getting started, or they're like you, they've been doing it for a while, but they want to have a breakthrough, they want to change the way they're doing their business, what kind of advice would you give them?
Yeah, I think the first thing is to understand that as the owner, you can't be the person in charge of marketing. Just can't. At least that's been my experience. It can't be just another hat that you wear. So you got to assign somebody to that job, make it their job, and then turn them over. At least for me, it's technology marketing toolkit, meaning for the guidance, and then follow their process. We like to say it's not subject to our interpretation, right? It just isn't, right? We just follow it. And that's the deal, I think, and then commit to it, right? Because that's the other thing that happens when we don't see what we want right away. We start to doubt, and then we may turn it off and do other things. But I think the deal is to commit to it.
You work with a really niche market, K through 12 education in a 3-4 county area. What advice do you have for people who are hesitant to get into a niche or are wondering how do I get into that? What's some advice you have for people, regardless of education, but looking for a niche? What advice do you have for people on how to really exploit that?
Yeah, I think that's the other game changer for us. And we took Robin's advice. We had started on that trajectory, but really hadn't committed. Because like a lot of us, we say, if I commit to one niche, I'm going to take food off the table, right? Opportunities off the table. And I know that it's counterintuitive, but it really is that way. When we made that decision to focus on a niche, what happened is that the conversation and the depths of the conversation with our clients changed. And that's been the game changer. When we sit in front of a K-12 school and there's other IT MSPs that do many other verticals, it's apples to oranges, right? Like it really is. They don't have that in-depth conversation. They're not speaking the same language as the prospect is. So,
how did you make the decision to choose that particular niche?
We had been doing it since the beginning, and it's funny, man, that you say that. So we went through an exercise by Simon Sinek, Start With Why.
Start with why, yeah.
And something happened in that exercise that I kind of connected why I loved serving schools so much. And it really was that, for me, I grew up in a pretty scarce, chaotic home. And I remember when I connected the fact that, for me, I was good at school. And this was going to be my way out of that scarcity. And that became more purposeful to me. And that's when we made the decision.
I love it. Thanks, Julio.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Thank you, David.